Welcome back. You're watching First Trades. Now, we keep hearing about that ugly R word, recession in the US. If that's going to happen, what is it going to mean for India with terms of exports? Today, we're going to put the spotlight also on textile exports. And we're going to do that with Rajinder Gupta, the founder and non-executive chairman at Trident. Good morning, Mr. Gupta. This is Nayantara. Overnight, a day before you're joining us, what we've even seen is Bath, Bed and Beyond sack its CEO, get a new CEO in, the stock price down 24%, and all of that thanks to plummeting sales. Now, the US market is what? Accounts for 58% of the Indian home textiles. My parents are also textile exporters, so I understand what happens when the US is in recession. Having said that, can you share with our viewers what the impact will be on Trident?
Well, I think you had very well summed up the number and the recession in the U.S. market. Well, there is a global challenges and opportunities both coming up. The U.S. market is showing some kind of a tough time for all the textile exporters, whereas new markets are being emerging. I think if by this year end, the FTA with the UK or Europe takes place, it's going to have new opportunities. The Middle East is showing new opportunities, much more opportunities. I think Indian textile exporters are exploring new waters and new territories and finding the ways to market into the new process. Yes, you're so right in suggesting what is happening in the US.
Cotton prices have also come down, and they've come down by about 20%.
Yes, cotton.
What happens because of that? I mean, do contracts get renegotiated? Will that lead to inventory losses? What happens because of this sudden drop?
Well, these are commodities. You know, we have seen the spike in last few months, and we have seen this drop. And all the renegotiation takes place or not takes place all depends on demand and supply. Possibly when the price was high, the demand was not there, and then I think it's very uneasy to predict at the moment how it's going to happen. All depends on demand and supply, all depends on your innovations, new way of doing businesses. There could be a new opportunities, a new way of doing businesses. I think we all are putting our heads together how to handle those things. And I think Indian manufacturers are quite resilient, and they had a lot of experience, the technology experience, and they really had a good hand in the market and to understand the consumer. So let's see how the things come in the times to come.
Important changes which are happening, and there's a data point will just come for the benefit of our viewers as to which countries are large exporter of terry towel in the categories which you represent. Pakistan is going through a economic crisis, and China is going through a slowdown issue. These are two competitive countries. When you compete with the Chinese exporters and the Pakistani exporters, and given that what the lay of the land is for their individual countries, how have things changed for you?
Well, you know, in the garmenting also same thing happened. I think Sri Lanka's crisis has given some better hope to Indian garment manufacturers. So you rightly said that the geopolitics is showing new patterns and new behaviors and new uncertainties. It may be Sri Lanka now. You mentioned about Pakistan, and you mentioned about how the fuel and things will happen in times to come in Bangladesh, and how China is facing their own crisis. So, well, I think for me it's not very relevant to debate or discuss on an open channel on the geopolitics, but I confine to my role of a textile and yarn plus paper chemical manufacturer that yes, the situation is dynamic. Situation is always wants us to be on the feet. We have to find new ways of doing business, and we are very, very sure and confident that when this global changes of forming a new landscapes in this global market, Indian textile industry is going to form a new way of doing things, and they're going to emerge stronger as compared to the competitor across the globe.
Okay, so that's the optimistic word coming in. Mr. Gupta, hi, this is Anisha also joining into the conversation. Wanted your outlook regarding the EBITDA margin picture, because if I have it correct, that in FY22 your margin profile stood close to 22% as compared to 18% a year ago. What were the levers that led to that margin expansion, and more importantly, will that trend continue? Because of course the commodity prices is one big variable coming in there, but I'm sure you must have taken price hikes as well commensurate to that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know it is feasible or I'm entitled to make any kind of futuristic trend about the company. I don't know, does it form in terms of the what you call where does it stand in terms of the legal procedure of the SEBI? But I can simply say the company doing well in terms of debt reduction, in terms of upgradation of technology and innovation and patenting, making the patents a new product, and enrolling new market, and also working on their own brand. Domestic market has opened and shown a new way of selling things. In terms of EBIT margin, I will not like to make any comment at the moment because new crop are yet to come. The dollar is showing its own shape. Dollar is giving some kind of relief. And I think if you permit me, I will like to keep myself little away from the forecasting of the EBIT margins.
So Gupta, can I ask you one question? Are orders from the US still coming? Are they cancelled? I don't know if you go to Heimtex. That was, of course, the biggest textile trade fair that used to take place in Germany in the first week of January. But the question is, are new orders still coming? And at what pricing? Or are folks like you having to find new geographies, maybe new companies that you want to work with, if like a Macy's or a Nordstrom or a Bed Bath and Beyond in America are not doing well?
Well, it's now, I'll tell you, the American market was a convenient and a very big market. You can produce for years together, and their last stores, logistics was very great. And I mean, it was very convenient markets. The new markets are emerging. My team was in Heimtex this time. And the footfall was low, but you find very, very serious customers this time. And you find new openings there. The Middle is showing a new opening. Japan market is emerging as new. So there's new market emerging. The UK markets are emerging. And in US, there we were dealing with all the Indian players were dealing with few select retailers. Possibly there are more than that retailers. So I think this new challenging environment will going to give a new way of working things. And I will not like to make any comment unless we make a success in terms of new innovations, making own brand, working on the own brands, or bringing our own new patents in joint venture or inclusively by Trident. Let's say it's too early to make any comment on that, but things are moving in a very right direction and teams are working. I think, let me use a very personal word for myself. Like many others, the team has come from a comfort zone for being a vendor to a few large retailers. Now they know that the market is going to be manifold with many customers, domestic, own brand, new patent, mercantile. So end to end, it could be right from your forecasting, customer understanding. So practically the new emergence or new DNAs are coming in the Indian textile market.
Yes, it's uncharted waters, so have to look for new geographies as well. And before we let you go, Mr. Gupta, I was looking at your Vision 2025, wherein you talk about grow to 250,000 million by 2025 with 12% bottom line as a business group. Plus, you talk about how you're looking at both the organic and inorganic routes and digital as being one of the important strategies. Would you want to throw more light around it? What kind of inorganic growth opportunities are you looking at?
Well, I know till the things are being fine. A lot many things on the drawing board in terms of that, and a few of the leading consultants are helping on that, leading partners are helping on that. I think unless things are had really been come to a final fold or had been signed, and I will not like to discuss things which are on the drawing board. I can simply say we are moving as the direction what we chalk for ourselves. And till date, there's no much deviations on the plans what we have. The expansions, capex is happening, upgradation of technology is happening, and some kind of new opportunities which are available in one form or the other forms are being explored. And unless those happen, I think disclosure should happen to SEBI first, then coming from me to any of the viewers or on the live. That's, I think, if you allow me, with my limitation on my head, you will appreciate the limitations and corporate governance code on my head in that way.
Absolutely appreciate your point there. We won't pry you too much. But thank you so much for making time and helping us understand of what the industry is really going through and how the US recession, if at all that happens, might impact Indian exports as well.